welcome to our live chat with Jessica Shier. So excited that she's here joining us today. We're going to turn it over and let her introduce herself in just a second. But before we do that, just wanted to quickly announce to the community that the live has ended. So it ended on the 22nd. Excuse me, not the live. Thank you, Courtney, for the head shake. Not the live, the giveaway. 12 Days of Christmas giveaway has ended. So on the 22nd, and we are tallying up all the numbers, seeing how many chances you have all earned. It's very exciting and very fun. And just as a reminder, for those of you waiting to see if you are a winner, we got in the Prismacolor 150 set of colored pencils. So that is one of the exciting prizes that we're giving away. So we're excited about that. And then, as you know, or maybe as a reminder, we will be announcing one winner every day from the 1st of December until the 12th of December. So stay tuned for that, and we'll let you know how we're going to do that as well. So that's all I have for some updates. Let's turn it over to our guest, Jessica Shier. Hello and welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yay. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I live in the Pacific Northwest in Washington, and I've been kind of crafting card making for about 10 years or so, ever since I got married with my husband. So
Okay, awesome. Now you've been doing that for 10 years, but have you been on YouTube for 10 years?
I've been on YouTube for almost 2 years now.
Okay. Oh, very good.
Awesome. February, 2 years.
Okay.
We started at the same time.
Yeah. That's awesome. Tell us a little bit about why YouTube and why the community, and what inspired you to do that.
Well, I started YouTube just to do it, just because I wanted to do it. I've always wanted to. I started watching like Christina Warner many years ago, and I wanted to then, and I just didn't have the time. So I've kind of gotten more free time lately, and I just wanted to try it and see what would happen. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been a learning experience for sure, and I like that. I like learning new things.
So you were self-taught rather, of like editing videos and things. So you had no background?
No background whatsoever. I've been blogging off and on for about 8 years or so, and that's kind of what started me. But yeah, I just want to try YouTube and see what happens. And I never really did social media before either, so I'm kind of new to everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw someone posted today that they were getting their weekly posts ready to automatically post to Facebook. And I was like, wait a second, someone needs to tell me about this, because yeah, it's a huge learning curve for me as well. There's always something to learn, and the social media outlets are always keeping us on our toes.
Yep, exactly. And they're always changing. It's hard to keep up sometimes.
So we have lots of people popping in saying hi to you, Jessica, and thanking you for joining us. So as Jessica said, she's on the West Coast. I don't know if we have anybody else, but it is super early in the morning. So we are appreciative of her being here. Just a reminder to everyone, there is the 30-second delay. But if you have any questions, go ahead and type them out, and I'll be checking the comment section on the video today.
So one thing that I find is funny, you brought up about Jen, about the Facebook automatic posting. When I first heard that, I was like, okay, that's a time saver. And so I've kind of heard that a lot of the social media outlets are allowing us to do that. And then also I found like it was very time consuming to go here, like Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, blog, and it's just like a lot of work to do that. Just wondering if any of you have any tips on that, and then also if you've heard of FuseLink and if you use it.
Never heard of FuseLink, so
no.
I have Linkbilly, but that's not the same thing.
So you know how in Instagram, you can only put a website in your bio?
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's this thing called FuseLink where that is a website, and when you click on that, it takes you to that person's entire social media listing. And also, some people list like affiliate links, who they're affiliate with.
Oh, it's like Linktree.
Yeah, like poetry. Yeah. Yeah. Same thing. So same here, Jen. I was happy to find out that I could schedule some things out.
Well, I know Instagram makes it easy to go to Facebook, but I think like I don't have a blog, and I think there's ways to put plugins and stuff for your blog so it automatically goes to Pinterest and stuff. But because I don't have that outlet, I mean, I'm sure there's other ways to do it. It's on my list now for 2020 because I literally post everything in the moment.
Yeah, I agree.
So I just do it all at once. I kind of have just like my routine, I guess you could say. So I start with Instagram, that automatically goes to Facebook. Then I go into the Facebook groups if it's one that I'm going to post in the Facebook groups. And I kind of type up my little blurby thing with the link to my YouTube channel, and I copy and paste that into every single group. So no matter what group you're in, so if you're in 5 of them and you see it 5 times, it's going to be the same exact wording because I'm not creative enough to come up with different wording. And then I just go to my blog and share everything to Pinterest there. So it's just like, it takes me like 5 minutes.
Oh, that's encouraging.
So we have some members who use FuseLink and have heard of it. And then Lisa's also saying Hopper is amazing. So I'm going to write that one down and check that out.
Thank you, Lisa.
I haven't heard of that one.
That's awesome. So Jessica, are you a full-time crafter?
I am.
Awesome. Yep. And do you are you on design teams? How do you?
I'm on Art Impressions design team and British Monroe right now, and I have an upcoming one that I can't talk about quite yet. So
secret.
Exciting.
Yay. That is exciting.
There, I guess.
When can you talk about it?
Creativation.
Creativation. Oh, very cool.
That'll be fun. So you guys will kind of get a sneak peek of that too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yay. Before
we went live, we were asking Jessica if she was going to Creativation, and so she is, and so we are, us 3. So that'll be super fun. It's my first time going.
Mine too.
Yours too?
Yep.
Oh, very cool. Yeah.
Get ready for a mind-blowing experience.
My mind's already blown from yesterday, going to the Art Impressions classes and stuff. That was my first time. So it'll be a lot of fun.
I saw your posts on there. That looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was my first card making class I've ever been to.
Yeah.
With the Kindred Stamps girls. So that was fun to meet them finally.
Yeah. That's awesome. So for crops, I just don't think that there's enough of them. The only consistent card making group that I was a part of was a Stampin' Up group back in Kansas in like 2009. And I loved it because it was like my monthly appointment that I would go and make cards with these ladies. And it was so much fun and I miss it. But like, I don't do that. I wish I had that now, like every single month on this day. That's what we're going to do. It was a lot of fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
So we have someone asking when Creativation is. And so it's typically the 3rd week in January. And this week, when do we leave? We leave on the 16th, 15th, 16th. I think it starts around there. And then it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, right?
And
Monday morning.
16th through the 21st.
Yeah, so lots of fun. And I think we'll all be doing some videos and stuff from there and making sure you're following us on social media. We'll post pictures and it's so much fun. Courtney and I went for the first time last year and it was amazing. It was amazing.
Our hands were shaking. Like
I know, I was telling somebody about it.
Yeah, we were standing in line. Everybody's the first day that the showroom actually opens. Everybody's standing in line. We're trying to grab our coffee, make sure that we're standing in line in time. We're filming it and our hands are shaking. It's like walking into Disney World as a 5-year-old all over again.
That's so funny.
Yeah. For me, it was one of those like crafty goals that honestly I never thought I would really achieve. So to actually be standing there, it was very surreal, and I feel very lucky to have been able to go and to be able to go again. So
that's why I want to go. It's just a craft goal. I just really always wanted to go, and So now I kind of have an incentive with YouTube and Instagram and everything and design teams. So it'll be fun.
Roberta,
all the people that we've been watching for so many years, you like they're right in front of you, and you get to see them and talk to them, and you know they have like their little photo booth where you can take crazy pictures and dress up in all these costumes and stuff. It's fun. It's fun.
Roberta's reminding us to wear comfortable shoes.
Yes.
So my mom keeps telling me too.
Yeah, could be standing a lot. That's good.
I didn't find it too bad. And then you can take a break for lunch and stuff. And there's lots of areas to sit and be social. And that was, you know, one of the things that I really went for was to be able to build those connections with people. And so you can take time. They had a seating area last time with couches, and you can hang out with new people that you're meeting and chat. And so I hope they have that again, because that was nice.
Yeah. I was trying to describe to somebody who's not crafty in the, you know, in the realm of what I was going to do in January. And I mean, they were less than impressed. They were just like, oh, okay. It's a crafting convention. That's whatever. And I was like, yeah, but you don't understand. Now I'm not going to just see it from my couch on, on YouTube, like waiting for the next person to post something. Like, come on.
I always describe it to non-crafty people that it's similar to Comic-Con for comics and movies in the crafting industry. Like it's the biggest show there is, and people usually can relate to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
My husband described it as the Super Bowl of the craft world. So
well, that makes sense too. That makes sense.
Yeah. An analogy for everyone.
We have some more people popping in saying hi, Jessica, and Joan's listening to us while she's decorating her home for Christmas. So that's so fun. Courtney and Mary are definitely ready for Christmas with their red shirts on.
We are. Yeah, we'll have to talk about next month when it's actually December. Maybe we'll do like a funny sweater thing for the live. But no, that's fun. So, okay, let's talk about Christmas then on that topic, because I feel like Christmas is like our place to shine as crafters, but then also like the pressure cooker, I feel gets put on, at least me. Do you guys feel that way too when it comes to the holiday season?
Yes, very much. I want to make everything, handmade things for everybody and cards, and I always run out of time.
Always.
Always.
Yeah. How about you guys?
Yeah. I'm last year was my first Christmas on YouTube, and I did the 25 Days of Christmas card series, and it was stressful, but I kind of planned ahead, and I actually did it in December. This year, I kind of gave the viewers the option, like, do you want me to start it in November, or when do you want me to start it? And they're like, now. I'm like, okay. So I didn't really get that far ahead. So I'm trying to get a video every day out for 25 days straight, on top of the design team stuff, and on top of making the cards that I actually need to send, because I send out a whole lot more than 25. So I'm trying to color in between. It's like, okay, the camera needs to charge for a little bit. I can maybe get this card halfway done before I got to film the next one. So it's very stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot, committing to 25 days in a row. I don't put that kind of pressure on myself. I just create, and I love making holiday cards. It's my favorite time to create cards. So I just kind of go till I feel like I've reached my peak and then stop. I think I did 17 videos last year. So, and today I'm on day 10. So my video will go out tonight for day 10.
I don't know. I don't know whether it gets people into like the holiday spirit just to watch the videos and to start creating Christmas stuff. And as crafters, we tend to start a lot earlier than most people do their shopping and stuff like that. We are starting in August. So it's hard to like stay in the Christmas, for me anyway, it's hard to like get excited about the actual holiday when I've been preparing for it for 3 months already. And it's like, once it gets here, it's like, oh God, thank God it's over. I don't want to get like that. So I'm glad that I'm doing it early. And I'm having fun with the 25 days. I know it's a lot, but I tend to have the same people coming back, and we communicate with the comments and stuff like that every single day. And it's like, whoa, I wasn't expecting you to do something like this. So it's fun. It's fun interacting with the viewers. That's what I like.
Yeah.
So Jessica, do you make other things besides cards?
Not lately. I've made a few ornaments here and there, especially for design team work for the Christmas season, but mainly just card making. I started off with like multi-purposing things, like repurposing crafts and stuff for family, and scrapbooking. I did that for a while too.
Mm-hmm. Do you scrapbook at all anymore?
Not really. No, the last one I did was for like Kindred stamps for a design team work about a year ago. So
yeah, I think we were on Kindred at the same time, all three of us, and Courtney was before us, and then the three of us were on together at the same time.
Yep.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was where I got, I blame Kindred stamps for my addiction to The Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
They came out with the stamp, and I was like, I'll do it. I don't know what that is, but I'll take the stamp. And I got it, and I got a side message, and one of the people coordinating was like, oh yeah, you have to watch the show. So I put it on one day, and my husband happened to be sitting next to me, and we're watching the show, and I was like, he's like, why are you watching this? I go, it's research for work. And so we started watching it, and then like that episode, we're like, okay, yeah, we're binging this. This is too good. So yeah.
I heard of it, but I never really watched it until they came out with that stamp. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, let me check this out. What's this all about? And then I was able to make my card like make sense if you're a fan of the show. So.
Yeah. So Jessica, I have a question for you. We had a thread in our discussion forum come up, and seeing we're on the topic of design teams, talking about how to handle disappointment when you're applying to design teams and, you know, maybe not making them. Do you have any, I don't know, experience? I don't want to ask if you've had experience with rejection, but do you have any like insight you could maybe provide to people who are applying and are feeling discouraged or disheartened?
Not really, probably no more than what our people have already said, but just got to remember that there's a lot of people applying. There's just hundreds sometimes, and there's always a next time. You can always try again. So I think that's what I have to keep in mind, because, you know, we've all been rejected. Well, I have anyways.
I have.
So, and for ones that you really, really want, it's hard. It's kind of hard to let go. But I think I just take a couple days, kind of step away from crafts for a while and kind of recuperate and do something else that I like. And that's kind of my theory for a lot of things too. When I get a little stressed out about something, is to just kind of step away from it for a little bit.
Yeah, that's great advice.
And I think too, that was something, a couple people brought that up, is kind of just, if you're not feeling it, I think it, for me, I have tried to push myself through the lack of mojo, and I get mad. Like I get like, I wouldn't say it's mad or sad or something, but where I'm just disappointed. And then I start to get this feeling of like, I'll never love this again. And it's just not, it's not true. I just have such a deep love and appreciation for this. It's impossible, but you know, you start to get those feelings.
Well, I watch a lot of YouTube, a lot of card making. I mean, I do this basically all day, every day. I love it. It's so freeing to just kind of create something and make something. And I get to the point where it's just overwhelming. Mm-hmm. So then I watch makeup videos or some comedy show or something, and that kind of helps to get me back into it.
Yeah, well, that's good.
So do you watch YouTube while you craft?
Oh yeah. I watch all YouTube while I craft.
I get so I can't concentrate on what I'm doing if I have a video on. So I usually watch before bed, but I wish I could, but my eyes just go over to the video, and then my card turns out upside down or something. So
We we it's funny that this topic has come up because for the first time I do color in chats, and so where I color and just blabber on. But for the first time ever, I had an idea for a color in chat, and I wrote down some notes about what I wanted to talk about, and I did the voiceover before I did the coloring. So I have the voiceover completely done. I've never done that before ever. And now I just have to find something to color.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So when I was doing it felt so different because I wasn't watching my coloring. I was actually like microphone in front of me, looking at my notes, and kind of had like a podcasty type of feel to it, which really interested me. So I was like, maybe a podcast is in our future. But
you're onto something.
But yeah, but anyway, my point to that was that it was kind of along the lines of what we're talking about, and kind of like goal setting, and how to do that, and some tips and tricks for what you're trying to do in the industry or whatnot. Just my thoughts. It's definitely not end all be all how-to book, but it's just kind of like my perspective on that. And the whole point of my color and chats is kind of put it out there, and then everybody in the comment section just kind of adding their own, and then you put it all together and you have something that can help someone.
I think that's one of my favorite videos by you, is the chats.
Oh,
I like those.
Thank you. That's cool. Good feedback. Appreciate that.
So Jessica, what can we expect from you in 2020? Have you started thinking about your crafty goals? Anything that you want to bring to your channel? Or is it too early still?
A little too early, but besides Creativation, I kind of want to do that before I make any more goals. That's a big one. Yeah. But I definitely want to be a little bit more regular with videos. I'm kind of a little bit everywhere. Like I haven't put out a video in about a week or so, and that's kind of odd. So I want to have like a day, I think either Monday or Friday. I don't know if you guys do that, have schedules for videos where you put a video every day.
Yeah. I have one day where I post regularly, so that's my Sunday post. And then during the week, often depending on design teams, their schedules, and whatever I need to get out that week. But I do try to have my Sunday consistent just for the algorithms.
Yeah. It's hard to keep up with those algorithms.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention to any of it. If the subscribers come, they come. If the views come, they come. And I'm happy at the point where, yes, we all want a channel that has 30,000 subscribers. We all do. But I'm okay with where I'm at right now. And I'm happy with my viewers because they interact. And I feel like the more they comment, it's like the more you get to know them. Like, yeah. There's one, and I don't know whether she's watching, but I absolutely look forward to her comments every single video. I can't wait for her to comment because she writes a novel and I love it. But it's just little things like that where I feel like while my channel is still fairly small in comparison, I can concentrate on that. I can get to know all of my followers and my viewers, and it's more of a tight-knit community, I guess, while my channel is still small. And who knows, it may never get big, but I'm happy with the way it is.
I think that's one of the things that I've liked about the collective creators as well is I've had a lot of long-time subscribers who comment all the time. And yes, I comment back and talk to them, but to be able to actually now go in, some of them are members, and to go into the photo gallery and like get to see what they're creating and feel like it's more of a relationship than just kind of people talking to me and seeing my work. And so that's been a really cool experience too.
And getting to know them and like hearing where they're from, and that's exciting because not everybody, they're not going to share that in a comment on a YouTube video, so
yeah. Yeah, you definitely get to know, and it's so fun to see the familiar names come into the collective creators and be like, oh my gosh, now I really can get to know her or him. And it's, you know, we get to share opinions on different things that you just can't do in the comments of a YouTube video.
Mm-hmm. Do you find you are able to interact a lot, Jessica?
Yeah, I get a lot of comments and I enjoy each and every one of them. I always read them. Sometimes I don't get a chance to actually respond back to them, but I do love reading them. And I think that's probably one of my goals for 2020 is to kind of interact more and build on that community too.
Yeah, I think one of the things for people, sorry, my heater kicked on. One of the things for people who are starting off too and kind of getting into, if they're making videos, I hear a lot about the thumbs down and how that's discouraging. I can tell you without hesitation, I have to remember if I need to look at the thumbs down. I don't even see it anymore. I don't, it means nothing, especially because my videos are kind of eclectic in the way that sometimes I'm doing reviews, sometimes I'm doing, you know, coloring cards. And so I now look at it like they probably don't like that portion of the type of video or whatever it is. I don't even notice it anymore. But did you ever struggle with that? And if so, how did you kind of move past it for people?
Well, I heard like some people were kind of shocked or disappointed when they got a thumbs down. And I did get my first one a while back and I was kind of empty about it. I didn't really feel anything because there was no feedback. Yeah. It was just, well, they didn't like it. Okay. Well, I don't know what you didn't like about it. So I'll just kind of keep doing what I'm doing. Move on. People are still liking the videos and still commenting. So at least there's people that still like my videos.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it. And it used to bother me, but like Mary, I don't really pay attention to it anymore. And I choose to focus on all the positivity and the amazing comments and relationships that I'm building. So it is what it is. It's really just a part of YouTube. You're never going to get away with it, in my opinion. Like, it's just what it is, and it's not even worth your time, in my opinion.
No, and if I could just say one thing on that is, I feel like generally speaking in society, 10 great things could happen, but one negative thing happens and we like steer our focus towards that. And I think that if we all make a concerted effort to not do that, then that negative stuff just finds itself filtered out, you know. But it's just human nature where you're kind of like, but wait, you have to stop and remember that 15 people just said they love you and you're doing a great job. So I think that's an important message for those people that are starting off and listening. You know?
Yeah, and a lot of times.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Courtney. No, go ahead.
I was going to say that sometimes people could be giving a thumbs down because they're not a card maker and they have no idea why YouTube suggested this video to them. They don't want to be suggested videos like this anymore. So I'm going to give it a thumbs down so YouTube stops. Because, you know, I mean, you go to your YouTube and you find this random video, like, why am I being suggested this? Like, has nothing to do with me. And a lot of times people might give that thumbs down so that they're not suggested those videos anymore. Yeah. So it might have nothing to do with you at all.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, that's a good point. Roberta's asking, Jessica, what your favorite style and or technique is.
I like coloring, and I kind of tend more towards scene cards. I really like scene cards to make those, and coloring.
And what's your go-to coloring medium? Do you have one?
Copics, definitely. I like pencils too. I like to use them both together, which is fun.
Yeah, I haven't really gotten into that, but I'm really wanting to try out adding pencils on top of markers.
Especially with like craft paper, coloring Copics on craft paper and then adding in texture with pencils is really, I think, a cool effect.
Yep. Jen, there's another question in there.
What is, so Renee's asking if you've had a chance to be in the Collective Creators community and if there's anything that has stood out for you about the community that you really like.
I really like the gallery. I like seeing everybody's cards. I think that's really cool. And I've kind of explored around. I've messaged or commented on a few things here and there. And it's just a fun community. I think you guys are doing a great job. Definitely on that.
Thank you.
Thanks. Well, she's also putting you on the spot asking if there's anything that you would change about it. Thanks, Renee.
We love feedback.
I don't think there's anything I would change because it's still new. You guys are still building it. So it's just keep doing what you're doing. It'll change with you.
We appreciate that gracious comment. We do also welcome legitimately and sincerely all feedback. But that's a really nice sentiment though, that it's growing and it'll grow with us. So I appreciate that. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, let's see. I have a question for you. What type of cards are your most favorite to make? And do you consider yourself that you have a style or not? So I know we talked about what your favorite like technique is, but do you think that you have sort of a style that you go to?
I like interactive cards. Those are fun too. And as for style, I don't really think I have one. I don't really do a lot of like pinks and purples. I tend to color in blues. Okay. I never knew that before until like 6 months ago. And I'm like, why is my Instagram feed all like blue cards? So I'm just accepting that and going with it. But my favorite colors are like black and red. So it's kind of weird that I draw towards blue.
So are you, this ties into a second part question, but are you from the Pacific Northwest originally? Yes. Okay. So I noticed, and I have a huge affection for rain and gloomy weather. I just adore it. And so I went.
Come on over.
Yeah, I love it. I just do. I like cool, crisp air. And so I noticed on your photos that you have like your background photo, it looks and like the Pacific Northwest, like just kind of gloomy. So I don't know if that maybe like seeps into some of your style with the blues and grays.
Probably. I use trees a lot, I think. So that's kind of, you know, Pacific Northwest, definitely.
Yeah, I went out to visit Washington for the first time ever in my life. I went on a 10-day trip out there in August, and I absolutely fell in love with it. It was
awesome. It's beautiful up here. It really is.
Beautiful. And it was so beautiful from the West Coast all the way to the east side of the state. Like everywhere in between is just gorgeous. Yeah.
And the east side's just desert. I love it.
Yeah, but still mountainous.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was really cool. Yeah.
So Sherry's asking if you watch other videos a lot. We did talk about this a little bit earlier on. So you did say that you're an avid YouTube watcher. And you mentioned crafty videos and makeup videos. Anything else that you're particularly drawn to?
I like just artist videos too. There's a couple of those that I watched that I've kind of learned a lot of Copic techniques from too. And lately I've been into vintage sewing for some reason. I don't sew whatsoever, but it just was like suggested to me and I binge watched it. So
interesting. The power of suggestion, right?
Right.
YouTube knows what it's doing.
I think it was because she has a like English accent, so I was drawn to her voice and just learning something new.
That's cool.
I think
I'm all dark and morbid. What I have in the background is true crime stuff. And I love, like, I found this channel and all she does is basically just sit there and tell you like the facts of different cases, unsolved cases, missing persons cases, things like that. So you don't actually have to watch it. You could just listen to it. And I'm obsessed. I'm like really obsessed to the point where I'm dreaming about like somebody I know being missing and me being on the search party and things like that. It's like crazy, but it's addicting and it's interesting. It kind of like keeps your mind going. So, you know,
it's like podcasts or audiobooks are a new hot thing too that people do with the audio. Yeah.
So we have a question. If you couldn't use Copics or colored pencils, what is the next best thing to color with?
Watercolors. Preferably distress inks and watercoloring.
Oh. And what do you use as your tool, do you use like a water brush or a regular paintbrush, or?
I use a water brush. Sometimes it's empty, so it'll just be a brush.
Okay.
But
yeah,
I have watercolor brushes too, but I like the water brushes for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
I'm practicing the watercoloring thing. I feel like if I'm doing a floral or something, I can like drop in watercolors, and it's fine if they like disperse and blend, because flowers are kind of like that. But when I have to color like a dress and it has to make sense, that I'm struggling with, but just practice, I guess. You know?
Yeah, and someone's asking regular distress inks or distress oxides, or both, I guess.
I like the distress inks preferably, but my first video on YouTube was actually watercoloring with distress oxides and using a waffle flower. So they're both fun. I think distress oxides are kind of like gouache to me. They have that pigment.
Yeah. That's a really
yeah,
that's a good comparison.
I haven't tried gouache yet, so that's kind of the new popular.
You know, speaking of, I feel like this is a good share. I was watching Create in Spain video the other day. Her name's Sandra, and she was showing how her thing was never buy another ink pad again. And so I watched it, and she used the gouache and was using it for ink blending, and it was work over stencils, and it was working. I was amazed. I was like, this is incredible. And so yeah, she's like, the regular like acrylic paints won't work the same. It has to, the gouache has that watercolor kind of effect with it. And so I would recommend anybody watching this, if you have gouache, give it a try, because I'm going to try it. And it seemed, she just put like a couple dots on her little blending brush and went to town. And I was like, well, look at that. So yeah, I remember.
We have tons of questions coming in. What are your favorite crafty YouTube channels to watch, Jessica?
There's so many.
Yeah.
Really so many. I can't. You have the very, very well-known ones like Christina Warner and Jennifer McGuire, and then, of course, all you guys, and Corn Wiskman is one of my favorites too. And there's just so many of them though. Yeah. I watch anybody from like really small channels, so I usually have a watch list just playing in the background.
Yeah.
Do you use alcohol, or do you make alcohol ink backgrounds? And what's your take on the alcohol pearl inks, if you've used them?
I have quite a few videos on my channel using alcohol inks, and the pearls I think are really cool because they're just shimmery. It's just so much fun. I like glitter that is staying put. I don't want it to travel anywhere. I don't want it on me. So that is very appealing to me.
Jessica, don't they like dance off the paper?
It's so cool. I think they're like a staticky kind of sparkle.
Yeah.
They like sizzle. As soon as you drop them, they're like sizzling.
Yeah, they're so cool.
Really cool.
They're so pretty. Yeah, I actually use them in my card for my tutorial for the Collective Creators coming up in December. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, that's alcohol inks. I have to get those back out. But I've realized though that if you get the alcohol all over your when you get the alcohol all over your fingers, alcohol cleaning wipes helps take that off a bit. So that's a tip. But my hands are so dry already that like I'm gonna have to wear gloves next time I use them. So I'm gonna be that person in the video with gloves.
I am that person. You will see it, because I can't risk it. Like my hands usually come out full, and that does not work well for making videos.
No.
So yes, I wear gloves.
Yeah, I'm now doing that as well.
Jessica, do you use stencils? And if so, what materials are your favorite? So I'm assuming maybe materials or mediums to use with stencils.
Well, I do use stencils. I have gotten more into them lately, and I don't know.
Like,
do you ink blend with them, or use paste?
I do a lot of that, and media paste. I love that technique with the texture of it. I think that's really fun.
I feel like stencils are making a huge comeback.
They are, I think.
They should. They should.
Well, now we can use them with gouache, so that's another thing.
Yeah. When I used that layering stencil from Trinity Stamps fairly recently, I was like, what is this sorcery? So it was so easy to just layer it up. I didn't have to worry about, I don't know, and the price difference, good grief, between a layering stencil and a layering stamp set. Yeah.
Or even a background, just a regular stencil and a background stamp. The price is so different. And to be honest, you can get more out of the stencil than you can the background stamp.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yep. I agree with that. Absolutely. And I feel like you can see what you're doing better. You could not do a piece of it and know exactly which piece you're not doing of the ink, and for a Halloween video, which I have never done before, but I put a stencil down and I took some colored spray and I just sprayed it 3 times. This is the work my finger did. And that was it. And it was done. The panel was done. It's like, this is brilliant.
So easy.
Yeah. Super easy. Oh,
yeah, we have lots of people chiming in on their love for stencils right now. So lots of glitz gel being used and glitter paste. It's so pretty. So sparkly. Yeah.
I do have a glimmer paste that is sealed shut though, and I can't get it open.
Oh no.
I know. Anyone
I have that too. Just because it's sealed shut, just soak it in hot water for a couple of seconds.
Okay.
Or you can use your heat gun.
Okay.
Because it'll melt it enough where you can, whatever's stuck in there and dried up, the heat gun will melt it enough where you can get the top off. And then just make sure you clean it.
Well, thank you for that, because if you could have seen my face when I was trying to open this thing.
Sorry. Do you think it's because stuff has gotten, the paste has gotten caught? So, okay. So I'll have to watch that then.
So a new tip that everyone's doing is putting saran wrap or press and seal over their opening and then putting the lid on.
I usually just wipe it with a paper towel or
just wipe it. Don't do like me. Yeah.
That's a good tip for sure.
Yeah.
Your heat gun will actually solve a lot of problems, like accidentally putting the panel on upside down on your card base, which we've all done.
I've never done that.
Just heat it and you'll melt the adhesive and you can peel the panel right up.
That's a good tip.
Yeah. That is a good tip. I never tried that. Roberta said for me to use a hammer.
You can also do that.
I can try that. I don't know. I might go all Thor on it because I get a little upset at that. That's funny.
Yeah. So the press and seal and the cling wrap is very popular, and people are saying they also use it so that the paste don't dry out as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've had people tell me they got a brand new product in and opened it up. It was completely dried out. I was like, well, so my first thing is, though, I truly believe that you should send that back, without hesitation. This needs to go back, and give the company an opportunity to resolve that. That's your money, and I can't imagine anyone not replacing that, or at least, calling them and letting them know what happened. I had a situation with Lawn Fawn glue where I got 3 tubes in and 2 of them didn't work. And someone gave me some good idea about something about the pressure, and I'm not quite sure how to fix that. But anyway, I sent them back and I let them know. I was like, just so you know, for quality check, I just wanted you to know about this. And they were like, we're going to send you new glue. And I didn't need it at the time. It was when I was doing my glue review. So I had an egregious amount of glue. So I was like, no, I don't need that. And so they were very, very good customer service. Yeah.
I actually heard that they had a full bad batch at one point. So they were replacing them because some got out before they knew what had happened. So, I mean, most people in the industry want to keep a good name and, I think would want to know if something wasn't up to standard, because they're never going to know if people don't say anything.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah. I even had a stamp that didn't stamp a line one time where the line should be. And I was like, but yeah, if I owned that stamp company, I would want to know that. So
I had one recently. It wasn't etched enough.
Yeah.
So when you inked it up, your ink was getting everywhere. So you had to stamp it ink it really light and stamp it really light. I had to stamp it like 7 times. Thank God for the Misty. But I just emailed them. I didn't want a refund, but I wanted to let them know just in case mine wasn't the only one that was like that. And they were amazing. They're like, oh, let me just send you a gift card. It's like, no, it's fine. I just wanted to let you know I got it to work. And most stamp sets that I have, unfortunately, they'll only be used once.
Yeah. Or I'll just take a black liner and just do what I need to do with it.
Yeah, this was pretty intricate, so I didn't really trust myself to do that. I'm not very artistic, so I have to
Yeah. That's funny. I consider a mistake on a card a challenge. I mean, I'm probably cussing along the way, but yeah. Which I happened to do in a blooper video one time and had to bleep it out. It happens.
So Jessica, we have a question about whether or not Sobe, am I saying that right?
Yeah, Sobe, yep.
If is it he or she?
It's a she. She's a she.
If she crafts with you.
Yes. She has a bed underneath my desk. So she's usually there snoring. Sometimes you'll hear her video. She's loud.
Aw.
She's usually near me. It's just too early for her right now, so else I would have her on camera probably.
Wait, is Sobe the cat or the dog? I'm sorry.
Sobe's a dog. She's a miniature dachshund.
Sobe's the dog. Oh, miniature dachshund. Aw. My sister.
I grew up with dachshunds, so I just always wanted one. And
yeah. Yesterday my leggings were pugs and dachshunds.
Oh, that's cute.
Mm-hmm. And wait till you see my Christmas sweater. It might say something like "Bah humbug." Just saying.
That's funny.
So Renee's popping in. She was a little bit later getting to us and is just asking about design teams. So Jessica had shared that she's currently on 2 and has a big one that she's excited about in the new year. So it was Brutus Monroe and Art Impressions that you're currently on. And previous design teams, I know Kindred Stamps. Are there any others?
I've done guest design work, but other than that, I think that's it. I hope I'm not missing one. I feel bad.
Yeah,
but
guest design work is so much fun. Do you like doing guest work?
I do, because it's something that I can try new. Normally, that's really quick. Like I did the Hedgehog Hollow, and they had a box for August, I think it was, and they did a floral stamp. I don't normally color florals, and it was just a lot of fun to try something a little different.
Yeah.
Plus, they had the Nuvo alcohol markers too, so I got to try those out.
How are those?
Actually, I like them. They don't have the brush tip, but I don't know. They were fun. I had a great time playing with them. They're a good alcohol marker formula, and I like the price point too.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to try them yet, but they look good.
I remember that video too. I remember that video of yours. You did an awesome job with it.
Oh, thank you. That was a fun one.
I'm hoping that there's some of these products at Creativation that we can try out that I've been kind of had my eye on and just wanted to do a tester. That would be super fun.
That's a tip I've kind of gotten from people that have been at Creativation. Just do all the make and takes you can.
Yeah.
Try everything you can. So.
Yeah, it's super fun. And when we were there last year, Tim Holtz was doing the alcohol pearl inks, which was amazing. So I have him doing that demo over on my channel, and it's fun to see all the new stuff come out and kind of what's up and coming. And then, the make and takes are really fun.
Not to mention you're standing in front of Tim Holtz.
Well, yeah. We've already had this conversation though about how dreamy he was.
I know. Every time I think about it though, I get all giddy like, oh my God.
He's so charismatic and easy to listen to and such a good teacher. Like really, his instructor skills are just on point, So, and I'm there.
I don't even think I heard him. Like, I don't even think that I heard what he was saying. I had to go back and watch my own video because I was lost.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was definitely a surreal moment and really cool just to watch them do the demos and learn right from them in front of you as opposed to on a video. So yes, you will be just wowed, Jessica and Mary, for your first times. It's I feel like I will be this time too. I mean, it's only my second time, so.
I remember when it was CHA and wanting to go then too. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, I just have to remember, like, I'm bringing my notebook everywhere I go because I just know that there's gonna be so many, I think we've all experienced this. We're driving in the car and something pops in our head and it's like, oh, that'd be a great card. And then 2 hours later, we're like, I don't remember what I just thought about it. That's gonna be me at Creativation. So I need to write everything down.
I have notes on my phone. So if I wake up,
you
wake up in the middle of the night, all of a sudden you're like, oh, this would make a cool color combination or a cool card. So
yeah,
I'll probably be using that a lot too.
Of the joys of an artist's mind. Yeah.
I think we're almost ready for speed round.
Speed round. Okay. All right. So you don't have to give a long drawn out answer for any of these. You can if you want. We're always open to that. But if you just want to give a 1 or 2 word answer, that's fine too. All right. So do you mail your cards or keep them?
Both.
Glitter or no glitter?
No glitter, unless it's suspended and doesn't move.
We answered this already, but have you ever been to a crop?
Yes, yesterday for the first time with art impression.
Do you have a lucky number?
17.
Furthest place you've traveled?
Florida for my sister.
Cool. Where would you like to travel if you could travel anywhere in the world?
I just want to travel everywhere. I love traveling. So I want to finish off the East Coast of the United States and then probably go up to Canada and Alaska. I think that would be a lot of fun.
Come to New York. What is one thing most people would not know about you?
I think I answered this in the collective community, but I like to whistle. I whistle a lot, which is weird. I don't know why. Instead of singing, I'm usually whistling. Or a bonus one, I like to collect Slinkies, like the total. Yeah. So I have a lot of them from like vintage ones from when they first started making them.
When they actually worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the new ones are not good.
Yeah, and they had the darker metal. They were made out of darker metal then too. It's different material.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so I'm gonna just ramble off things and you just have to say your favorite of whatever I say. Okay. All right. Favorite stamp company or companies? You can name more than one.
All of them.
Okay. Company for paper pads if you use pattern paper.
I like the Jan Hadfield line. I think she does really good pattern papers.
Favorite stamp in your collection that you will never part with?
I have 2. The first design team one from Kindred Stamps, it was the Good Day Mate one. And also I did Art Impressions stamp set for Stamp Timber this year, which just blew my mind being a part of that. So those 2.
Okay. Favorite crafty tool?
My tweezers.
Tweezer. Wait, we got to stop there. So I love that. Why tweezers? I'm intrigued.
They're so handy. I use them for everything. You can scrape off glue with them, hold things while you're heat embossing them.
Yeah, cool.
I've seen a lot of people use tweezers or something like them in their craft room. I don't, but I'm thinking I need to pick up a set.
You do. The EK ones are nice.
Favorite ink?
Gina K Amalgam. I use that for Copic coloring a lot.
Favorite adhesive?
Multimedia matte.
Favorite color?
Red, black, white.
The rainbow. Favorite snack?
Peanuts right now.
Favorite drink? And it can be adult or not adult?
Definitely coffee, of course. I like beer too, and water.
Okay. Favorite season?
Fall.
Favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Vacation spot?
My favorite was Moab in Utah. That
Ooh.
was a really fun one.
Favorite day of the week?
Saturday.
Favorite book?
I like Kim Harrison's series. She does a series, so she's my favorite author too.
Okay. Favorite movie?
I don't have one.
Favorite type of music or your favorite song?
I like hard rock and a little bit of punk.
Favorite animal?
Dachshunds.
No wonder why the cat likes your husband more.
Right.
And favorite childhood memory?
Oh man, I think when my grandfather tried to teach me how to pour punch like a lady. It was a really long time. I was really little, but
Oh,
that's so sweet. That's it. That's all I got.
That was too bad.
No,
I had,
great.
do you collect anything? But you already answered that with the Slinkies.
those questions are always so much fun. I just always learn so much about people in those like couple minutes. I mean, I love the tweezers. Like that's very unique, but it's cool that we all have our different things that we love and use all the time. And there's tons of people in the chat here saying tweezers all the way. So
Good, I'm not alone.
It was so funny how you just didn't hesitate when we asked you that. It was like tweezers. I know.
I've had that question before. I think somebody asked me, and yeah, that's always my go-to.
Yeah, I don't know. I think like favorite tool. What would
I
you
think I'd be my Misty.
Misty? My paper trimmer.
yeah.
I get so excited when I get to cut up my card bases. It has to be the
You
paper.
want to come and do mine? Because that is like the night that because it takes me like 3 or 4 hours because I cut all my panels and all my bases and I go through a whole ream. So I drag everything out to the living room, clear off the coffee table, have everything in piles, and I pop on a movie, probably 2 movies because it takes me that long. And I just cut and score and fold, cut and score and fold.
Paper cutting party.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to have a live card base making chat to help the time go by. That's my least favorite chore as well.
Oh, that's funny. I think I like it so much because I don't have to think. I just do. I just knock something off my list.
Roberta says her hands are her favorite tool, which is a really cool way to think about it too.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's
so I've just asked if we have any final questions. We have just a couple minutes left here. So we do have a question. Where do you get your inspiration from?
Everywhere, kind of. That's kind of my go-to answer, I think, for this chat. But I like a lot of color inspiration. So I take a lot of photos of clothes if I see a pattern, colors I like.
Yeah. Yeah. I find that too when I see a nice curtain someplace. I'm like, can I replicate that? What can I do there? Okay. Renee said, was there a color combo dress code, ladies? You are all in red and black.
Oh, I think it's pretty funny that Jessica's favorite colors are red, white, and black, and we're all in red, white, and black.
Yes. No, Renee.
Not planned.
Not planned. We just, great minds think alike. Okay, it looks like that's it for the questions. Just wanted to take a minute, Jessica, and thank you so much for joining us this month. Not only for this super fun chat, but your wonderful tutorial that you did. for the Collective Creators and for your engagement in there. We so appreciate you. We love you. We'll be continuing to follow you and watch what you do. So thank you so much.
Thank you for
And we'll
having
meet
me.
you in person in January, which is super exciting.
Yes.
I can't wait.
So fun. Okay, so we can say bye to everybody. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Have a great day.